This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Yes, Shahidi. So can you please tell me about yourself?
Sir, hello.
Yes, Shahidi. So can you go ahead and please tell me about yourself?
Can you ask once again?
Yes, Shahidi. Can you tell me about yourself?
Yeah, this is Sahit. This is Sahiti. I'm from Karimnagar.
Okay.
This is, I'm from Karimnagar. I have studied my graduation in 2000
Mhm.
in 2019. Passed out in Vageshwari College of Engineering. It is located in Karimnagar, and has studied my plus two in Sri Venkateshwara Junior College, which is located in Karimnagar. And I studied my inter. Sorry, I have studied my 10th in St. Mary's Vidyaniketan High School, which is located in Pragnapur.
Okay. Good.
And my short-term goals is to get the job and good worker to the company. And my long-term goal is to take the responsible person in a company. Coming to my family, my father is a farmer and my mother is homemaker. Um,
Mhm. Okay, fine. Okay. So Rekha, go ahead and tell me about yourself.
Hi, Karthik. Thank you. Thanks for an opportunity to introduce me. I'm Rekha.
Sure.
I have 2.5 years of experience on Pega development, working at TechM as a third party payroll, and I have about 2.8 on Pega in the
Mhm.
almost in a team eight-man team. I'm working on few designing of UI screen, and that designing on data pages, report definition. It is all about my.
Okay. Yeah. So first thing, guys, is so when you say about yourself, right? So the first thing that you have to do is like if they say Rekha, can you tell me about yourself? So you need not to mention Rekha, but it is okay. That's fine. Okay. So if the same question, if I am Rekha, okay, if the same question is being asked to me, so my answer would be something like this. So hi, myself, I am Rekha. I have total 5+ years of experience in IT, and coming to Pega, I have 2+ years of experience on Pega. I am certified system architect, and I completed my master's in year so and so, right? And coming to my current project, I'm working for I'm working on health insurance for HCSC Group as a software engineer. So currently we are working on 8.3 environment. You should specify the exact environment here, not 8.x. It is something 8.2 or 8.3. You can give 8.2 as a version. So currently we are working on 8.2 version. And so what this application will do is this is a health insurance project. So what project is this? This is a health insurance project. And here, so what we do is we automate the health insurance. Okay, so basically this application, what it does is like, so whatever the operations, if there are any inquiries, okay, on health insurance, so our application tracks those inquiries and gives the proper response for the customers. So this is what the application will do. And in this application, I've got a chance to work on the platform areas like data pages, data transforms, activity rules, integration, case designer. So these were the areas where I got a chance to explore on this particular platform. Okay, so this is what you are supposed to say, guys. Okay, so the thing is, like, when you introduce yourself, the first thing is he should know about yourself. Your first thing is experience, guys. How much experience you have. Okay, so you should clearly tell how much total experience plus how much years of experience on Pega also. This is very important, very important, because see, if you say 2 years, right? If you have 2 plus or 3 plus, you are setting the expectation to the interviewer. If you do not mention that, he might think in a different way. So we should clearly tell that I have so and so years of experience. Next one. Project. You can skip certification related information, guys, because you people have done your certification in very recent timings, right? So you can skip unless and until they ask, only then you tell about your certification. Okay, so next one is project. Okay, so you explain your project in 2 to 3 lines or 2 to 3 sentences. You can explain what that particular project will do. Okay, next one is areas of the platform where you got a chance to explore. So whichever the areas you are comfortable with. Okay, so give 3 to 4 areas. So in this, integration is mandatory, guys. Whether you ask or not, it doesn't matter. They will ask you on integration. Integration agents. These integrations agents and report definition rules. So these are mandatory. Whether you ask them or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it is a mandate thing. So plus you got a chance to work on data pages. So don't tell activities, because activities is huge. It's like a big ocean. So they might ask you any kind of question from there. So you may not answer that. You say that I have good experience in activities, but when you fail to answer those questions, then it will give you a wrong impression. Okay, so you clearly tell them that these are the areas I've got a chance to explore from the past experience that I got a chance to work on the project. Okay, yeah. So let's go to the technical discussion. Yes. Okay, so this question is for Rekha. Okay. So in data pages, so you got a chance to work on data pages, Rekha?
I worked on databases.
Yes. Okay. And can you tell me the scopes which are defined on the data page?
Yes. In databases, we have a 3 scopes: thread, and next is node. And the
Okay.
thread refers to operator or a current instance. The next scope is a requester. Requester is an operator where we can choose particular operators, whereas node refers to, it's a kind of number of servers, operators, where we can give the access to use the data pages.
Okay. So in node level data pages, why access group is mandatory?
Yes.
Yes, Sahiti? In node level data pages, why access group is mandatory?
Yeah, in node level data pages, we can use multiple operators. So to execute the appropriate source, rule set hierarchy of the operator is used. So access groups is required to build the rule set hierarchy for the operators.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell me something about savable data pages, Chaitanya? What is savable data pages?
Savable data pages are one of the type of data pages which are used to read, update, and save it back to the source.
Okay, good. And yeah. In savable, so where can you see the savable data pages on the clipboard?
And under user pages,
Under user pages, correct. Yeah. So now Rekha, can you tell me some differences between parameterized data pages versus the key data pages?
Um, Unable to recollect as of now. I'll look into it.
It's okay, it's okay, no problem. So others, Sahidi? Chaitanya?
key data pages. Whenever we hit them, they will not hit the database every time. And parameterized data pages will hit the database whenever we pass parameter value. And key data pages maintain a single instance in repo. And coming to parameterized data pages, whenever we pass a parameter value, uh, each time we pass a parameter value, a copy will be shown in the clipboard. And yeah, that's it.
Good, but still there is something to explore more on this question. Okay, so let me answer the same questions, guys. Okay, so the first question is, how many scopes are there in the data page? See, when you explain, right, so it should be very clear and elucidate, guys. It should be very, very clear. Okay, so if the same question is being asked to me, so can you tell me three different types of scopes? What are the different scopes that are available for a data page? So my answer would be, in the data pages we have three different types of scopes. One is thread scope, requester scope, and node level scope. Okay, so thread means in our context it is work object. If a work object creates a data page, if the scope of the data page is thread scope, only that particular work object can access the data page content. Okay, next one, requester scope. Requester means it's in our context it is operator. So assume that operator has created multiple work objects. So all the work objects which are created by the operator, so those work objects can access the data page with scope operator. Next one is node level scope. Node level scope. Node level means multiple operators. See, multiple operators can access the data page. So these are three different types of scopes that we have on the data page. This is first question. Second question, why access group is mandatory for node level data pages? So the reason being is, for node level data pages, no. So for node level data page means what? Multiple operators will be accessing the data page. Yes or no? Multiple operators will access the data page. So when multiple operators are accessing the data page, so each operator may have different context. Different context means the source of the data page should be different, might be different, right? So my operator and the other operator, the source might be different. See, example, operator A is a privileged user. Operator B is a normal user. The discount rates for operator A might be different from operator B. So no, I'm a privileged user. I might have a different level of discount rates, but the other operator, he might have normal discount rates. See, so now database is being used to get the discount rates. So to execute the appropriate source for the operator, access group is mandatory. So when you give the access group, so operator A access group will define my source. Operator B access group will define his source. So for that reason, for no level data pages, access group is mandatory. Okay. So what the third question is? Yes, what's the third question? I forgot. Why? Can you tell me something about savable data pages? Right? Yeah. So data pages, there are three different types of data pages: read-only data pages, editable data pages, and savable data pages. So the purpose, so for what purpose you are using the data page? If the purpose of the data page is used only for reading purpose, then you have to create read-only data pages. Example, drop downs. So no drop downs, so you'll only read them, but you'll not update them. Okay. So the next one is editable, means the purpose of the data page is to use them, read them, and also edit them. Read and edit, not save, not saving back to the source. Now there might be some places where you read the data, edit the data, and save back to the table. Say, one example might be you wanted to show policy details on the screen. So whenever you wanted to update the policy details, you will update on the screen and you will submit it. Once you submit it, what should happen? The policy details should go and it should save into the database, right? If the requirement is to get the data, update the data, and save it back to the table, if this is the context, then you have to use savable data pages. And one more thing, guys, savable data pages are introduced in 8.x version. Actually, it is in 7.4, but you can take it this far, like something like 8.x version. Okay, next one. So can you tell me some differences between parameterized data pages versus the key data pages? See, parameters and keys means you are passing some value to filter out the results, right? Whether you pass a parameter or whether you pass a key, you are passing to filter out the results. You don't want to get the complete data from the table. You wanted to pass some value to filter out the results and to get the to use it. In the parameterized data pages, for each and every parameter, a new copy of data page is created in the clipboard. Whereas coming to the key data pages, the entire data page is created in the clipboard. Only one instance is created in the clipboard. When you pass the keys, according to the keys, it will filter out from the clipboard and it will display the data on the screen. Okay. So the main difference is the key data pages will maintain a single copy in the memory, that is clipboard, and you can get what you wanted to get the data by passing the key. In parameterized, every parameter will have a separate instance of data page in the clipboard. I think beyond this, in the data pages, they will not go, guys, from my experience. Okay, next one. Let's come to the data transfer. Okay. Yes, Chaitanya, what's the difference between okay, so let me ask you, I'll ask you the different question now for you, Chaitanya. Can you unmute yourself and say, can you call an activity rule from the data transform rule?
Yes.
Okay, so how to call?
We can use I cannot call
How to call an
activity function. We can use px call activity function.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So basically, in the data transform, there is no direct way to call an activity, guys. But we have to use functions. There is an expression builder. In the expression builder, you can call the functions. Okay. So px call activity. Call activity is a function name which is used to call the activity. Okay. So what is used to call a decision table?
Decision table, px evaluate decision table.
PX evaluate decision. Yeah, decision tree, PX evaluate decision.
Decision tree.
Okay. So these are the methods which are used to call the activity rule, decision table, and decision tree. Okay. So this question is being asked multiple times, guys. When you are especially 2 plus 3 plus, they will definitely ask you this question. I don't know why this is that much famous, but you might expect this kind of questions. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So next. So what function or what in the data transform if you wanted to add new pages for an existing page list? So how will you do that? So there is a page list. In that page list, there are 10 pages. You wanted to add 11th page. So what will you do? Yes, Rekha?
Append to method we can use.
Okay, fine. Append to. You'll use append to. Okay. So my next question is, so there are two methods, append to and append and map to. So what's the difference between append to and append and map to? Sahiti?
Append is used to add an empty page to the page list property, and append map to is used to add a data to the page and page to the page property list.
Okay, correct. So basically, append and map to both are used for the purpose of adding pages to the page list property. So if you wanted to add a empty page, append to. If you wanted to add some data and then add the data to the page list, or add the page to the page list, then you have to use append and map to. Okay, next one. In the data transform, so there is a checkbox called as call superclass data transform. What's the significance of that checkbox? Yes, Rekha?
Parent class data transform will be executed.
Parent class data transform is executed. Okay, so basically the checkbox significance of checkbox is to call the parent class data transform. So which data transform will be executed first? Parent class data transform will be executed or the current class data transform will be executed first? Yes, Chaitanya?
Parent.
Yeah, yes, parent class. Okay, so the parent class data transform is executed first, and next the current class data transform is executed second. Okay, yeah. Coming to RD, report definition rules. So how many types of joins are there in the report definition rule, and what are those? Yes, I think.
There are three types of joins: inner join, left join, and right join.
Okay. So what are those? What is the purpose?
Left join is used to get the data from the source table with the target table.
Inner join means?
We get all the common rows from source table and the target table.
Okay, good, good. Next one. So what is association? Yes, Chaitanya, what is an association in report definition rule?
Association mentions the join criteria between classes. It can be also used for reuse purpose.
For reusability purpose. Correct. Okay. Yes, Rekha, so what are sub reports? When will you go with the sub reports?
Whenever we need a desired output for a complex calculations, we will go for the sub report.
Any other answer apart from complex query?
Can call from another report. We can
So
call it from
basically,
another.
whenever if you wanted to generate a query which has inner query, parent query and a child query, then you go with the subreports. See, when people go with the things which you are not aware of, so the best thing is, say for example, he's asking about subreports. So you can answer that I know the concept of subreports, but I haven't got a chance to work on subreports. It's not that you work on everything, right? So when an interviewer is going to that kind of mode, in-depth mode, okay, so you can say that yes, I'm aware of the concept. Basically, subreports are being used to generate a query which has both the inner queries, parent and child kind of situations, right? In that scenario, we go with the subreports. But I did not get a practical experience. I don't have the practical experience. We haven't used subreports anytime in our project. You can say that. Okay. So something, say for example, in Pega they are asking, interviewer asking. Okay. So let me ask you one thing. So can you say, can you tell me when should I use federated case management? Federated cases. Can you tell me a scenario? Okay. So when these kind of questions are being asked, so the best thing is you can say that I did not get a chance to work on federated case management. Probably I need to explore on that area. You can say that. So there are other ways of telling the same thing. See, if the first question itself is something that you are not aware of, then it really, if you say this answer right, it will give you bad impression. Say for example, after you answered 60% of the questions, then you can use this thing. So I didn't get a chance to explore on that area. Okay, you can use this word, but if the first question itself is a complex question and you are not aware of it, but you still say this answer, then it might give you some wrong impression. Okay, yeah. So for that reason, so try to expose the areas where you are good at. So databases is something, one thing, data transform is one thing, case management is big, but you can expect some uh, specific set of questions, okay, on case management. Okay, and so I'll stop the technical part here, guys. It's already half an hour. So other areas, maybe I'll ask with the other students. You can go through their interview experience also. Okay. So for you guys, we have explored on the data pages and the report definition rules. And tell me about yourself. So a couple of things. When you're speaking, right, you should speak with confidence. Okay. So confidence is one thing, and it should not be. You should balance in between confidence and overconfidence, guys. Okay. So be genuine to the interviewer. Okay. So be confident, and it is anyways it is video enabled. So keep some smiling face. Okay. And next one is don't argue with interviewers. I've seen some people blindly arguing with the interviewers. Okay, so don't do that. It should be like a discussion. It should not be like an argument. Okay. So tell me about yourself is a good chance where you need to expose yourself on the areas where you are good at. And project. So you should prepare at least two to three sentences where you have to explain the project. I mean, the explanation should, so whatever the explanation that you give, right? So as an interviewer, I should understand and it should make some sense about the project that you're doing. Okay, so don't forget about your experience when you are mentioning that. Okay, say for example, if you have 5+ years of experience, total experience, and 2+ years of experience on Pega. So the 3 years. So what you have done? So you should prepare that one also. Say for example, you got a chance to work on testing. So you tell them that, so I got a chance to work on testing. So later I got an opportunity to work on Pega development. So I shifted my career from testing to Pega development. You can mention those things. Okay. Any other questions you have, guys? Chaitanya, Rekha, and Sakti.
Karthik, I have one question from while preparing a data. I want to know how to not data transfer. I'm sorry. How to propagate a data from child to parent. Do you have any particular method to
Case
remember?
management. That is related to case management. Okay. So I'll plan. So some few areas I'm asking for you guys. So case management, I'll ask for different guys. You can go through their interview experience. Okay. You'll come to know that. Okay. And there is one more question which is being asked. Some guy has asked me. So did you get a chance to work on Pega frameworks? Okay, looks like some Ravi has asked this question. See, Pega has got its own framework, guys. So as you don't have any framework related experience, you can clearly tell them that we are using our own. See, what is your client? See here, HCSC group, right? So HCSC has its own framework. We are not using any Pega out of the box framework. So directly we are working on Pega rules, but HCSC has got its own framework. So other frameworks, Pega specific frameworks, I don't have any experience. You should clearly tell them that. Otherwise, they might ask you the framework related questions which you are not aware of. Okay, so the answer is no, I didn't. So our project is not using any kind of out of the box Pega framework. Is the answer that you have to tell. Okay.
All right. And I have one question generally asked I took input from a person who attended the interview.
Mm-hmm.
They are asking what is a challenge you faced during in your past experience, maybe on a development or
Correct.
overall experience.
Yes, yes. So what are the challenges that you have faced in your project? So this is not a technical question, right? So anything you can give. You should take one scenario and you should explain.
Do we need to prepare?
Yeah, I'll answer this. I'll answer this question. I'll plan this question in any other interviews. Okay, you can watch that. Okay, so I don't want you guys to make this so complex. People are scared of interviews. So I'm keeping it as simple as it is. Okay, not more than 30 or 40 minutes. So, and also in real, if you attend real interviews, right, it will be somewhere around 40 minutes to maximum 1 hour. Max 1 hour means out of 10 people, only 1 or 2 people will take 1 hour. Otherwise, 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes is the ideal time, technical round. Yes, Rekha, am I correct?
Yes, it's correct, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, guys, thank you. All the best. So we'll be having these kind of interview sessions again and again. Okay. So this is just a start. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Bye.